Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm at a little different spot than my normal in the shed, but I wanted to come over here and show you a couple things before today's video. Hopefully when we're done, we'll have some garlic planted and some rain will come in. I've got the cover crop planted. Of course, it needs some rain, and I know some of you guys out there need it too. We mowed the yard probably for the last time today. I think fall has failed. Yeah, fall has failed. It's finally fall, and we had frost, I think, Friday morning and Saturday morning, so we had it those 2 mornings. And yeah, so I've been holding off on mowing the grass for the last time. I'm not saying I won't come back and grind up some leaves in the front yard or something, but other than mowing the whole thing, I think we're pretty much done. The other day, I throwed in just a little section of a video where I was talking about the garlic rows that I was making up with a furrow plow. This is Elliot's furrow plow, and what it does, it makes rows up, one row at a time. And of course, we may need to do a little work to it, but it's got some bracketry here, bracketry up under it. And he was thinking he wanted to take it and, you know, possibly make him a potato plow out of it. And I told him, I said, son, we have a potato plow. No more than you use it, you can just load that up on your truck anytime. So we're gonna, you know, leave this as a furrow plow, and I'm gonna try it out next year, making some rows up. But what we're gonna do today, I did it for the garlic. So today we're gonna knock the garlic down a little bit flat, and I want to plant the garlic, and I got a special way we're gonna try that this year too, just kind of a fun way to plant it. And I'm sure it'll be okay, but we'll see how it comes out. But I want to check the tractor width on that row and see and make sure that row is going to come out to be right. I have a bad habit. I like, as you guys have watched the channel, a lot of you have asked me why I do this. I like bedding up a row and then knocking it down with my blade and planting corn, and I've talked about it before. But long story short, I have a bad problem of squeezing the rows too close together a lot of times with those discs. So I'm thinking that this may solve that problem and keep a uniform distance. Now, a lot of times you guys can't see it on camera. I can on the tractor because my back feet is just about hitting the plant in the next row. And so I know I've squeezed it too tight at that point. So I want to make sure it fits that row today. That'll be something to look out after, and then we'll point it out and I'll show you. And but we got to shell some garlic out too. Probably need 30, 40 plants or bulbs. And I want to show you, let's walk down here at this plow. I want to kind of talk about it a little bit too. Some of you may be new to the channel, but for the ones that may be new and don't know, for the 300, we do have a plow, and we do have what I call my chisel plow, which is basically a spring tooth. That works real well. It does real good. No complaints about it at all. That's a wonderful piece. This, I've only tried it one time for a few minutes. I didn't have a lot of time this summer to try it. It's not going in the ground right. So what we're going to do, we're going to work on this some more. Why does it have a wheel on it? Well, it's got a wheel on it because, I guess, long story short, the 300 doesn't have a draft control on it because it kind of has a homemade hydraulic cylinder or valve. And so I needed something where I could just drop it and let it float and not have to worry about, you know, the tractor bogging down back and forth. But we may work on this a little bit and see if we can get this dialed in. I didn't say I was going to plow any of this stuff because this is planted down in wheat, but the cornfield up at the plow day field, I'm not saying if we can't get it dialed in, we may see that 300 plowing that. And of course, we got to cut it with the 140 first. But let's get over here and get some garlic. Hopefully some of you guys that's had plows like this, I want to say this is a 309 International is what it is, a 309 plow. So it's a wonderful plow. It seems to be okay, and hopefully we can get it dialed in. Okay, we got the garlic cut down. I just take a pair of cutters here and cut these things and peel them back a little bit, and hopefully get my heads out. Honestly, I don't use garlic that much. I give a buddy of mine at work a lot. There we go. Sometimes it's hard getting it started. Leave all the paper you can on it. Matter of fact, there's one. That's actually two. Make sure I got, you know, just one apiece. I'm trying to not knock any of the paper out. Smells good though. Okay, I think we got just about enough seed. We done switched to garlic storage now. It's getting cold and I got to get these from outside and put them inside. So we're going to clean some of these up a little bit. And got this little bag right here. We're going to put them in there. They'll breathe good in there. But some of them, like this one, is breaking loose from the hull, and we'll plant that. Leave all the skin as much as you can on it. I never considered myself a garlic grower, and a subscriber sent me these seeds about 4 years ago, and I've just been using the same ones ever since, and I actually don't know what they are. A lot of people ask me. Maybe he'll be watching this video and he can comment on what type they are. Okay, we got us a pretty good little amount here. I think that's going to be enough to do that row. Man, it smells good. Got a few extras here in case it's not, but we'll come back out and get them. What am I planning with? We're going to have a little fun. You know, usually I just take and stick them down in the ground and you know, cover them up a little bit. You know, something simple. Well, my back is getting better. I was able to mow today and do some other things. Subscriber gave me this at Plow Day, and it's a transplanter, and I showed it on live one night. And we're going to take this little booger, and we're going to take and drop this thing right down there. I'm going to pull it and hopefully fall in the hole. Now, some of you out there I know is going to say, well, it may not wind up down, but I planted some on my tobacco planter one year, and they all still formed a perfect round garlic bowl or ball. So thank you. If you're the one that left this at Plow Day for me, please leave a comment. I'm I'm bad with names, but it's funny. I remember a lot of people by their YouTube handle, you know, like Farmall 59 and, you know, different ones, but it's kind of like NASCAR. You know, you used to never hear them say the name of the person. They'd say the 3 car, the 9 car did this, the 6 car did that, the 4 car did that. I guess they couldn't remember names either, but they could remember the cars. But it's, you know, so if you was one that left that, please comment. I absolutely love this. We're going to do some work on it this winter. Got a couple of little rivets here we're going to fix up and get everything working right. And next year we're going to plant some, probably some tomatoes with it and a few other things, and just have fun with it and see how it goes. But very thankful to have it, but we're going to plant some garlic with it today. But we got to knock the rows down first, so that's what we're headed to do. That seemed to work out pretty well. Does always like it does. It flattens it off for me. I still can't tell. I need more than 1 row before I can tell if that furrow plow is going to be correct or not. I need about 4 rows to tell whether the tractor can ride back in there easy enough. So I don't really have a plan, guys, other than get me a handful, sticking it in the ground, drop one. All right, look at there. It would have helped if I was in the center of the row. We'll move to the next one. Okay. Drop it. Uh-oh, doesn't come up with it. Drop it. Perfect. You know what? Puts it deeper than you think it does. Drop it. Plant it. You know what? Well, let's turn it sideways so I can see it. Plant it. Plant it. Plant it. I like it. You know, guys, I always like trying something new. Handful. And this is just something we're trying, seeing how it comes out. And it seems to be the trick. Especially when you get into this better soil here. I think that was 2. It was. Man, I like this. So it won't take me long. We're going to get on down this road and plant the rest of this. Okay, that is a wrap on probably the final thing that I will plant for 2025. Hope it's not the final thing I'll ever plant, but you know, we look forward to next year too. I actually, I guess I need to quit watching YouTube so much. I was watching Andy yesterday and looking at his popcorn. He's done got me wanting to plant some popcorn. I wouldn't mind trying to cross some popcorn up, like maybe take some yellow popcorn and plant some Jimmy Red with it every so often, see if you can get it to cross up a little bit, but still keep the popcorn kernel shape, I guess, so to speak. I don't know. But I wouldn't mind planting some popcorn. I really like that, planting it with the hand planter, man. That is the easiest. Well, I say it's the easiest. We did plant garlic one year with the tobacco planter. It did fine. The boys kind of maybe skipped a spot or two here and there, but other than that, that was about the easiest I ever planted it. We'll see how it does. I have no reason to think it won't work. I do see me using that for maybe some tomatoes, some other things like that. I think I would be inclined to use that. That is a neat. Thank you again. Thank you for bringing it to Plow Day and giving it to us. Yeah, I sit on this stool a lot. If you guys know, I'm trying to film most everything by myself now. And so y'all bear with me. I'm still trying to come up with different angles and different shots to do. But one thing I did notice, because of my height, if I'm not in this stool, I'm just about out of the frame, and then I have to kind of get down like that. I don't want to do that. I just sit on the stool, and that way I don't have to have the camera so far away to you, so you guys can, you know, see me in the frame. So that's why we do that. The row on the Super A, what did I learn? Yeah, like I said, out in the field, I'm gonna need more than one row to, it seemed to be right. It seemed to be correct, but I'll need about 4 rows if I know back to back to back to see if this deal's gonna follow through, because you don't want to bed a whole field and it be off so bad that you have to skip a row to straighten it back up while you're planting. So the blade, you know, you guys, I've always loved the blade. We talk about that every year. You know, you've seen me use that on the channel for years and years, and that's just gives me a uniform planting place. I will say also, I knock it down a whole lot too, because the rolling cultivators, they don't like starting with a bed. They like starting from flat to a little bit and building up from there. You start with a bed with it, it doesn't really move that much dirt. It moves the most dirt when it's either flat or a little bit higher than flat, and then it moves a lot then. So that's another reason why I do that. Maybe try some, I got some cultivating feed that I hadn't showed y'all that I think it came on this Super C. I believe they were back feet on this Super C, and I was going to mount them up under the middle to tractor scratchers. Not like king scratchers, but kind of almost like a set of mule scratchers, like what's on the wall right there. Oh, by the way, still got some Jimmy Red. Kind of like those mule scratchers. So, you know, we may try to use some of those next year a little bit in the corn. And I think next year, if I keep my mind right, I think I'm going to go with Hastings Prolific again next year. I say again. I've planted it before, but not back to back. But Hastings Prolific next year. It's a white corn, perfect cornmeal corn, cow feed, you feed, everybody eat. Perfect corn. I think we'll try it again. The seed I got's about 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old. Maybe some of it's going on 4 years. And so I want to plant and freshen that seed up and get some, you know, new stock of Hastings Prolific. And that's a good corn too. Real tall corn. It gets a little taller than Jimmy Red. Not that Jimmy Red is small, but it will get super duper tall on the Hastings. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. And Other than that, I think maybe next week it's going to rain hard, hopefully rain. And if it's too wet to do something outside, guys, I think we may try to make some either Jimmy Red fresh ground cornbread or Hopi. I'm not sure which one. I kind of want to do Hopi. I don't know. But we'll grind some cornbread and we'll make some cornbread and taste it and see how that comes out. And when it dries up enough to get back in the field, we will put that bog hair to work on those Jimmy Red stalks. But y'all have a good week, a good day. God bless you. God loves you. We'll see you.